Hey guys, Major Foley here. Once again, we are continuing with Age Mythology, the stream walkthrough. Remember, the reasons I've listed why I'm doing this instead of actual recordings are on the first part, so if you haven't watched the first part yet, go check it out. So this will be levels 9 to 16. We'll be starting the Egyptian campaign pretty much on this one, after completing 2 more Greek levels. We'll also be doing the dream sequence, I think, is the last level for this part. Yep, good advice. So, excuse me. In this part, we will be dealing with 2 potential cheese strats, which will be Let's Go and Isis Hear My Plea. Those 2 will have cheese strats, along with their How to Beat Them Normally strats. Good Advice does sort of have a cheese strat, but it's not really worth doing. It's difficult, and it's a pain in the fucking ass to pull off, so we'll not be using that at all. What else? I think that's everything. Right, so yeah, like I said, if you haven't seen part 1 yet, part 1's up. Go watch that. Levels will be timestamped, including the cheese strats and non-cheese strats, so go check those out. And, yeah, let's continue on. So, we were up to Revelation, which in itself is not a bad level. It's just if you lose too many units, you've fucked up quite early. The good news is we can get a few Medusae to help us with the myth units that keep invading. I think the more units you lose, the more reinforcements you sort of do get, but it's not worth losing units. You want to keep them alive as long as possible. Also, why the hell has that Sage of Myth? There we go. Fixed. Don't know why that wasn't working. Alright. So, oh yeah, if the sound died in the middle of that, it's because I was alt-tabbing, because it doesn't have sound in background kind of thing enabled. Alright, so let's start with Revelation.
A giant fortress in the middle of the countryside, protecting a huge pit which leads here, and a cyclops that rains fire on us from the skies. I'm starting to think this might not be a bandit we're dealing with, Chiron.
Where is here?
This is Erebus, the realm of Hades. We've passed into the underworld.
What?
A gate. What do you think is behind it?
I don't know. But if our cyclops friend wants to open it, I think we want it to stay closed. We've got to destroy that ram. Call for reinforcements at once.
I love how he does the animations with his hands and such. That detail is amazing. Alright, so control group 1 for your heroes, like normal. Let's move them up. We'll get immediate reinforcements.
Reinforcements?
Alright, so the gate in this one actually gets destroyed pretty quickly, so we don't have long to beat the level. So something to keep that in mind. Have all the centaurs targeted with the Hydra. Except for Chiron. Chiron helps the other heroes. Ooh, the morale boost helped there a lot. Ooh, that centaur took a little bit of damage. So yeah, heroes in front for them to tank the damage. And everyone else follows. So to make this level easier, we are going to destroy 2 rock slides. One here, and one a bit further north. that manticore just got stuck. We'll also be getting a Nemean Lion, as well as 3 Medusa. So the percentage of the gate will show up here when it starts. Should be in like 30 seconds. Kill the Chimera. Chiron, get in there. Jesus, that Cyclops is doing so much damage. Alright, so the good news, these rocks aren't pierce armor heavy, so we can destroy them with the centaurs as well. Alright, so there's our hoplite reinforcements. Alright, so that'll prevent their reinforcements from getting through, or a good majority of them. Alright, so the Nemean line is up here. which will help us quite a bit. Alright, again, heroes in front. We have all these hero powers, but we do need to use them sparingly, except for bronze. You want to use Bolt on a really tough myth unit, and Lightning Storm you want to save when he starts sending in villagers to repair the ram, because otherwise you're going to be dealing with the pain of them repairing. Alright, so we got some more centaurs and a bunch more hoplites. Oh crap, that chimera did damage. Alright, I lost the centaur pretty early, that's not good. Everything else should be okay though. So every time you hear that door sound, you can see the percentages going up. Alright, let's send Chiron to go get the
A hero has fallen.
Yeah, I'm not doing the greatest this time. Alright, Chiron, keep going. So yeah, the Medusae are pretty hidden. I might have to cast Restoration pretty early here, but we'll cast in the fight. Alright, so assign them a separate control group so you can control their special abilities, which is to turning a unit into stone. Alright, and once you got everyone gathered, we'll assault the gate. When we assault it, we might cast Restoration pretty early too. Cast it now, actually. Cast bolts on one of these. Use the Medusae to kill the Hydra. Now we'll send the heroes in again. And we'll equip the army with bronze.
Get those reinforcements to the ram!
Just send the cavalry straight to the wall.
Reinforcements have arrived.
Alright. So the heroes need to stay, like, here to deal with any myth unit reinforcements. I want to keep the Medusae alive as long as we can too. Why did these guys not move? I kind of ordered you to. Alright, then have the centaur attack there. So there, they'll keep sending units here, trying to stop you. You don't really want to waste the Medusae if you can avoid it, like their specials, because they're more handy on myth units than not. Alright, we're doing okay.
More reinforcements have arrived.
The villagers should be coming pretty soon. Have one Medusae attack one Hydra and have the heroes attack the rest. Yeah, it's got high pierce armor again, so you're not going to get much done. Alright, here they come. So cast Storm there. So it kills all the villagers as well as any reinforcements coming up. Remember, use the Medusae on the Chimera. And easy peasy. Even with the little screw-ups I had.
We've done it! Thank Poseidon!
This is interesting.
This is interesting. I would have thought you smarter than to ignore my warning. Fortunately, there are other routes to Tartarus, so this one can be closed.
If you hear me drinking, guys, sorry. It's just been a long day. Well, long early morning. I'm not drinking as loud as I can, honest, but when one's thirsty, one's thirsty. When I do the actual recordings, they won't have that kind of crap in it anymore. Like some people mention.
The Cyclops said there were other ways into the underworld. That means there are other ways out.
Shouldn't have any coughs either.
Shades, the dead. We are strangers to this realm, but they know it well. They can show us the way out of
So, these are the one-shot shades. You'll only get them in one other mission, and it's not really a long time you get them. So, you don't really need to keep your human soldiers alive. It's handy to do so, but not necessary. It's also better to kind of spread your shades around the map. In terms of usage, I mean, instead of keeping them all at once, but I just find keeping them all at once to be better in the end. It causes a lot less problems towards the end when you got to kill all the myth units.
These shades can see and fight for us, but we should be careful how we use them.
You must journey through Hades' realm and collect his lost relics.
So the gimmick in this level is your units can't see crap, and you need to rely on shades. Hello, Raider. Yeah, I'll talk about that when we get to that mission. We can see Charon's ferry. So here is not a bad use of a shade if you really wanted to use one. There's a bunch of myth units we can use to kill them. But they'll one-shot any unit, so it's not worth wasting on any low-tier enemy if you can avoid it. But since you got 3 heroes that all regenerate, it's not really worth using them until towards the end. If you want to save time, it's worth it, but then you're dealing with more Mythic Age units like the Gold Colossi. Well, not gold, just the Colossi at the end, so that's usually why I wait. These guys will be useful when we verse the big army of Cyclops that you can avoid, but why avoid it when you can kill them all? So you can see, like, normally they'd be in attack range, but they're not all attacking, especially the hoplites. So you can explore around looking for more shades. You can ignore that Cyclops, it's not important. You can go down. There's another shade. You don't really have to go any further than here, though. Just a note, guys, make sure to pick up the relics, even when it says it's giving you the god power, or if your hero goes down, recollect it. there was one point in my life where I actually got to the end and I lost the relic because a hero dropped it. This was ages ago, but it still happened to me once. So just make sure you're collecting them. Oh, looks like the Minotaur decided to come and kill us after all. Which is interesting. Oh well, the archers are gonna die. Not really any skin off my bones. One Toxite lived. I could have saved them, I just really couldn't be asked. Because it really, really does not matter. You only need your heroes.
You have been granted the power of bronze.
Alright, so now we got the Cyclops army around here. Where it's the only other part of the level we get massive sight. If we can see it. So yeah, it might be worth using a shade here, in the case you get overwhelmed. Because there are a lot of Cyclops, or Cyclopes. Just make sure you focus one down at a time, and you should be fine. It's a real benefit when they can't use special abilities on you. Although, that poor hoplite might beg to disagree if they're going for him. Arcantos, come on. So you can search for more shades if you wish. I don't think there's really anything important here. So, well, one hoplite got thrown for the rest of his life. Alright, so we'll ignore the bottom part so we can avoid the Manticore. Uh-oh. Well, we're gonna lose a hoplite. Yep. So yeah, mummies will convert one of your soldiers into their minions, timed minions. They are a Mythic Age Egyptian unit. But their normal attack is fairly weak. But yeah, their special ability is sort of like Medusa, but instead of turning them to stone, they give you a free minion. We should get another shade here. No, guess not. Oh no, there's one further up, I should say. Also, watch out for the crocs here. They do like to attack your units for some stupid reason. So when you see him, just kill him. Crocodile upset. And they do quite a bit of damage, especially to your laborers later, so just be prepared for that.
We have been granted restoration.
We have been granted restoration. Not really important. So the reason why the enemies don't target shades is because they're invisible. They're not seen by the enemy. It'll tell you in the spotlight. So these shades are completely different to Hades shades that we've dealt with against Troy. They come from loss of units. But they're like a specific units that will attack any units. Alright, so now we get to ride Charon's Ferry. Alright, keep this ship alive at all costs. If you lose it, you're going to be screwed. Hades or whoever will send myth units at you. Kill them with your others. Since I don't really have anything else, just cast bronze on them. Make sure the Kraken dies. You can actually keep Charon's Ferry alive if you use your god powers to protect them. And that's exactly what I was talking about. Lucky us, we were close enough to the shore and we didn't lose all our units. We got very lucky there. If you lose it somewhere like here, I think they might come back up there. And usually you lose all your units, not most of your units except your heroes. So I got lucky there. I don't know what happened. But yeah, the more you know, I guess. See, I'm still learning shit too. Because I just was playing around a bit with the dream level, and when my boats died, you lose those units. Bloody plague of serpents. Bum, 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 bum. So there'll be a lot more serpents to deal with. They'll spawn in this little nice circle here. Guys, come on. Don't attack the gate. So you can see the Leviathans are here. You can cast Restoration if you like. And even bolts. Oh, you can't cast bolts on a Leviathan. Never mind. I've never casted it on Leviathans before, so I guess that's why. Surprising, really. Oh, like I said, you can protect Charon's Ferry. Doesn't matter much. Your heroes regenerate fast enough, because you're versing mainly weak units, and the Shades will take care of any other hard myth units we've got to deal with. Hey, our fairy survived. Oh, looks like I wasted my Shades. Doesn't matter. You'll get a bunch more in a second. And with 3 heroes, you're not going to lose this level. I didn't even click on an enemy. I don't know how that worked. Maybe I clicked it on the minimap somehow? See, I killed them all, but I didn't pick up the relic. You gotta be careful. Alright, so now we just gotta bring them to the temple complex. And we'll get a bunch more Shades here. Send your Shades here to invoke the forest firepower. So there's another Shade. Another one. I think there's one more up north, but it's not really worth going for. Bolts, that Chimera. Alright, so ignore the weak ones, the weak myth units. Just come all the way to the back. Cast Lightning Storm. Doesn't kill anything, then just your heroes will take care of them just fine. You do want to kill the Colossi though, because they'll take the longest to kill. So, you know, save the Shades for those. Pow! Probably should have kept one Shade alive so I had sight, because now this happens. And you can barely see 3 feet in front of you. That's usually the benefit of keeping so many Shades alive. You will always have one to guide you. Yeah, you can make so many mistakes and that shit will still happen. You'll pass it easy.
Prostigma?
It's when we get to the Titans campaign where it gets extremely difficult, and you actually have to
Our
focus.
task is complete. The lost relics are returned.
Temples. Arcados. The gods have favored you before. Perhaps one of them will now, if you ask.
We are lucky that one of these honors Poseidon.
What of Zeus?
It is no use. Why does Poseidon not respond?
Perhaps it is another who favors you. What of Zeus?
Everyone go! Quickly! Move!
Alright, so let's begin the Egyptian campaign. Well, after this cutscene.
We should have opened the first gate to Tartarus. And if you had killed the Atlantean when he came to take the trident back from you, we would have. What if he escapes the underworld? What if he does? He isn't going to gather an army and bring it to Egypt before I've let the old one out. What of the Egyptian gods? Only Osiris would stand against us. And Kemsit claims Set has seen to him. Excellent. If Arkantos does manage to escape Erebus, he will not escape me again. He had better not. Poseidon wishes his sons return to power. No man from Atlantis will stop us.
Yes, yes, Gargarensis. Alright, so the Lost Relic. A very easy level. Spam one unit, wall of certain sections, you're done.
So you have no idea where we are.
Admiral,
He is our fourth permanent hero of the game.
What are you doing here?
We're lost.
And unlucky, too. I am Amanra. Prepare your men. We have to defend this area.
Defended against what?
This oasis holds treasures beyond water. A relic is buried here. My enemies are on their way to try to take it.
What does that have to do with us?
Look around. Those passes are the only entrance to this oasis. Escape through them and you will run headlong into the worshippers of Set. You can choose to die there, or fight here with me.
Yeah, yeah. Alright, so in earlier difficulties, it should actually be easier to hold, but
Strengthen these defenses and prepare for attack.
bring all your units back, have these 3 woodcutters, build the walls down here. Make sure they're all walled off. Have these laborers go to gold, get the Flood of the Nile, again, deposit these resources, send these ones to the gold too. Well, actually get those ones to build a barracks first, along with these guys. So Egyptian laborers build a lot slower than other factions, so one Greek villager is like worth 3 or 4 of these guys. Alright, so that's all we need. You're only going to be training axemen, so get the medium axeman upgrade. Because they only send infantry pretty much, and some myth units, which are easy enough to deal with. Get some gates here, just in case. Especially when you're trying to build a bloody wall. And then when you got a bunch of them on gold, just cast the prosperity power, and you'll have gold for the rest of the level that you need. If you can keep your priests alive, that'll be handy too. It'll keep your units healed up. They will send 1 Son of Osiris against you. It shouldn't be too difficult to deal with. Like, if you wanted to get more gold, you could have waited till you got the research, but it doesn't really matter too much.
Prepare to defend the dig site.
So, as long as the sections are walled, you should be good to go.
Protect the villagers.
Looks like they're coming straight for the wall. They're going up. Yep, there's the gold we need. And they'll all come around here. So once prosperity's done, just deposit the rest of the gold. And then send them all back to the excavation. You also have a market. Have to build more housing. Because you're getting population from tents but not housing. You don't need them all. So just build them out. What is this? 7? Build 7 of them. Why delete the towers? You don't need to delete the towers. Keep them there. In Titan difficulty, you only get 1 tower. And you don't get any walls. Raider. You don't even need to really assign control groups in this level. It's not really necessary. So even champion spearmen will lose to like medium axemen because axemen heavily counter infantry. But they're only good against other infantry. They're not good against anything else. Oh, they're going for the priest. Priest is saved. So if a priest is doing an action, or any other unit's doing an action while a priest is healing them, they will heal a lot slower. So if you want to like heal a specific unit, maybe move them back where they can't do anything else. You can see it just heal so much more faster. Intense priest rescue. Yeah, pretty much. So the Son of Osiris will come from the left. So your heroes being there is usually the better choice. Sometimes he'll come with an attack force, sometimes he won't. The excavation is about quarter done, nearly half. Swear, I think I'm going to be needing a new keyboard soon. Swear some of my key commands aren't working. Oh, yeah, they do send a couple of slingers, but nothing to really worry about. Slingers can't do crap to axemen, and axemen are the same. I think an axeman would still win in a fight. Although, that's something that's debatable. I don't even need this house. I'll have enough population anyway. So they will send some siege towers eventually. So we've got a bunch more gold than we have food, and I think an axeman costs more food. So the Flood of the Nile will slowly generate food. I mean, at the cost of what? The cost of was gold, so... yeah. At the cost of gold, I mean... And you got more gold than you have needed. It's not. There's no point not getting it to potentially get that extra axeman if you need it. Alright, so there's some catapults. They added a 25% bonus to slingers versus axemen and hip hoppers for the exact reason. Egypt Wars classical fight. Was this in online? Because I don't think Full the Trident counts. Alright, you guys can go back. Those catapults. Okay, never mind. You guys can stick around.
In wedge.
Into
Gereg. In a jerek.
These sieges.
In wedge.
into Ia at you.
Gereg.
En wedge.
Don't even know why I'm this far out.
Ia at
I really shouldn't be.
In wedge.
Yeah, if it was added in the Titans expansion, it's definitely not in Fall of the Trident. Ooh, that was the son of Osiris. So we'll kill him now. We will lose some units here. But he's dead. And the last threat to this level is pretty much gone. 700 health to be excavated. And that's it. Imagine trying to do a Titan speedrun at some big event. They probably wouldn't let you just because of how long it would take. Warcraft 3 being different, because there's a lot of cheese options you can do. In this one there's not really much cheese. Alright guys. Right, back. I'm sorry about that.
When playing the Egyptians, there are two things to remember. First, the Pharaoh is one of your most important units. He can be tasked to empower different buildings in your city. While the Pharaoh is empowering a completed building, the building will train units, research improvements, and gather resources faster. The Pharaoh can also be tasked on foundations, speeding the building's construction. In combat, your Pharaoh is very strong against myth units. You only have one Pharaoh, so where and when to use him is very important. The Egyptians gain favor by building monuments. There are 5 different monuments that can be built. You can only build one of each. You will gain favor faster with each new one constructed.
Alright, there's your Egyptian tutorial. Word of note, if you're going to do this, look up the Pharaoh on the Age of Empires wiki. Make sure it's for Age of Mythology, of course. He does not affect specific things like age advancement and villager training. Villager training will always remain the same speed. Alright, so we're up to Light Sleeper. This is a level I personally hate. I think it's one of the hardest levels in the campaign, personally.
The Sword of the Guardian, used by Horus to defeat Set once before. Now one of his followers, Kemsit, seeks to take it.
Kemsit? He is your enemy?
He has captured a temple to Osiris near here. There is a Guardian at the temple, but it sleeps. If we return the sword to the Guardian, it will awaken.
It seems the gods have smiled on us.
And I just realized my title is messed up. Give me a second. Because Twitch is ridiculous. Fixed. Okay. I also have to trim a section out because, you know, people can't leave you alone in real life. Okay.
The Oasis village near here is loyal to the Dark God set. They enslave other local villagers to mine gold for Kemsit.
So the reason why I don't like this level, or specifically why I think it's the hardest, is at the start, you've got to bait enemies and kill them bit by bit, because the enemy here has a lot of Anubites, and even to heroes, they can output a lot of damage. So you don't want to bring them too close to you. The plus side is we have age 3 units, the heroic age units, the chariot archers. So they're always good to have. They're long-range archers. Good against infantry. And the other downside is once we reach the village, we're on a time schedule, so we have to hurry. And I hate being under pressure, quite frankly. Alright, so slingers are good against the chariot archers, so you gotta be careful with them. And we also need to keep the sword bearers alive. I was really hoping they would have just focused on the heroes, but instead I lost 2 slingers. I think you can tank with the sword bearers. I would not risk it, personally, because you lose them, that's over. So I don't like taking that risk. Amanra doing a jumping thing also does not make things easier, because that's her special ability in this game. She can jump like a jackal, which will be very helpful later on in Isis Hear My Plea. Alright, so we've killed all the human soldiers, I think. Amanra is also the squishiest of the heroes, so you want to keep her... Well, she's also one of the more aggressive ones for what she does. So here come the extra Anubites. So make sure you're killing them quickly. The heroes should revive each other while in combat, as long as no one's stepping on their body.
A hero has fallen.
So you're not on a time crunch till you reach the village, so you can take your time here.
A hero has fallen.
Free at last! Please guide us safely home, and we will offer you what help we can.
So there was one Anubite left. Alright. So you only need to bring 5, and I recommend only bringing 5, because the moment we take those 5 to the villager, we're going to be sending them straight back here. This is going to be our main gold mine. We can't build anything yet, because we don't have access to the village, so we're just going to have to wait in the meantime. But we have to bring 5 villagers back for it to trigger. So this Relic of God sends you more favor. I think it sends it to you over time, like a monument. Don't quote me on that. You don't want to send any of your human soldiers up close, nor your villagers, because it's full of mummies right now, so you just want to clean them out. When an Anubite does more damage to a hero than a mummy, then you know something's wrong with the game. So once you kill these ones, he'll spawn 2 more. One got sort of telefragged, reversed. Alright, after you kill those and you come down here, Plague of Serpents will happen. Bloody Kemsit.
Curse the gods! Serpents!
I also have a Warcraft 3 hard playthrough done on Twitch stream, guys. If you want to see me doing that, which has a lot of resets, I can export it to YouTube if you'd like to see that. It's not reforged, it's classic though, so keep that in mind. If you want to see that, drop me that comment on the YouTube video, and I'll do it. Make sure all the crocs here are dead, because they will wipe your laborers out pretty bloody quickly if they get attacks on them. They're very weak. Alright, so once it's done, which they'll say Amen have returned.
Look,
Send them
our men
straight
have
back up.
returned.
You
And you strangers, Kemsit forced us from our home, the sacred city of the Guardian. We will join you to defeat him.
So, make a mining camp. Make a mining camp. Because we don't get their buildings, unfortunately, which sucks.
Bring a sword to the sleeping Guardian before his army reaches it.
We want to quickly get some resources back in, so we're going to get a couple of fishing ships, because we've got a few fishing spots we can make use of. Get husbandry, get hunting dogs, and hunt down the cranes. So, when the tutorial mentioned the Pharaoh gives you resources faster, it's not sort of faster in the way that they'll gather faster. It's, they will give you more when they drop them off.
Is returning to the city. Only the neighboring villages stand in his way.
So you'll get something like 20% of 15 or 20% of 30. I think Ra gets 25%. So that's something to keep in mind. So we're going to want to advance first before we do anything else. So we're going to get enough food to advance, and then we're just going to labor training like real fast. So we're going to need a very big army, one ranged, and maybe some melee. Definitely a few priests, because the enemy base has a bunch of Avengers that we have to deal with. Alright, so we've got enough. We'll advance. This will help with your resources, so I would probably go with this one over the Wedgets. And Sphinxes I feel are more useful than Wedgets anyway. So our gold supply is not going to be an issue, really. Our food for a bit might, though, so let's get these guys off, put them over here, and have the Pharaoh go over there too, so we can make use of our Pharaoh's special ability. We'll get a bunch of priests now, because we can afford to do so.
We can invoke rain from Ra.
So when we get enough villagers to use the farms, we'll invoke rain. We will want to build some monuments, because we're going to need to build Migdol, but the Relic is helping us with that too. I think there's one more fishing spot we can take advantage of over here. There is. Alright, so we'll take advantage of that. Alright, now we'll start the laborer training. We will want to go to the Heroic Age too, so something we will be doing. Alright, we'll get Plow and Sacred Cats. I got my game's bugged. I don't have the idle villager icon. That's going to be annoying. I hope it's only for the level. I don't have to reset my game. Because if I have to reset my game to fix it, I'm going to be a little annoyed. Alright, so let's get that armory built too. Oh, that is going to be so annoying. I'm going to have idle villages and I'm not even going to know it. Your enemies will also probably come down here, so keep some units down here so you can see everything. You could also build an obelisk, which is an Egyptian unique building that gives sight. Same with the lighthouse. They are very handy if you want to just keep an eye on your borders. Alright, so we'll get those upgrades too. Get all the economy upgrades we can afford before we get to the next stage. Because we're only going to be building heroic age units. We're not even going to build barracks units. Alright, so we'll put these 5 on wood for now. Because we're going to be building a lot of chariot archers. Get a few more priests. Should be some more crane over there. Alright, we'll get one monument up. So I think we got, depending on how fast you get to the village, I think you got something like 15 or 20 minutes. It's not really a lot of time to build up an army. Of course, you can also keep the 5 you bring here to get food faster. It's another alternate strategy you can do. But this way you don't, since most of your units you train are going to be relying more on gold, it's not bad to keep it this way instead. It's personal preference. So there's the attack. It came down to the south instead. Like I said. Alright, we'll be casting Rain real soon. Once the food gatherers down here hunting the deer are done. Or gazelle. And then we'll get a huge influx of food. Get the bowsaw. We'll get a couple of sphinxes too, I think. Don't forget before you attack to get all the armory upgrades too. I'm going to wait till it advance first though. We will get copper shields because they do have migdols. So copper shields will help against those. There is one more gazelle they can take advantage of. And we'll be able to advance real soon. If you're quick enough, you'll be able to save even the other village. Alright, so it's not really worth using the priest there anymore, or the pharaoh there. Alright, so we'll get the next Sphinx upgrade. I think all the farms are currently in use, so we need to build more. Alright, so we'll now advance to the next stage. Citadel's nice, sun-dried mud brick's nice. We kind of probably want to get the siege, and the bone bow for our chariot archers, so we'll go with Sekhmet. We are going to now need to get a bunch more wood, because like I said, we're going to be building chariot archers. So, we'll get some more on wood. Get the quarry, or shaft mine. Quarry's next.
We need a strong force to escort the sword bearers to the Guardian.
Last but not least, these three over there. And then we'll invoke rain. I mean, it might not be. It might be worth training some barracks units too, just because they're cheap and you can consistently train them on the front lines. So we can also now get scarabs as some siege. Oh, you can't cast Citadel when you're doing farm. Farm was one of those ones you can block. I really should have gotten irrigation first too, but the Pharaoh is on the building. It's working, so it should work fine. As you can see, they sent some Avengers on us. So we're gonna get carpenters, that Salt Amphora, as well as the quarry. I mean, quite frankly, you can also use these gold mines here down as well. So I'm gonna need to send some more up there. I'm gonna send a bunch up there right now, actually. And the rest can take over the farming. Akaila 007, thank you very much for the follow. I hate this bug so bloody much. Yep, see, that's an idle one. Thank God the freaking dot still works. Alright. I'm gonna want a siege factory too. Alright, so get heavy chariots. Because we're gonna be spamming a bunch of those, and we're gonna get some ramps. Because we can't go to the next age for catapults, which kind of annoys me, but... Alright, get levy migdols, because we're going to need a lot of them. And they're about to attack the next village.
In which Baya?
Greek. You refer.
Probably should consider getting some other monuments too.
In which you
Oh yeah, if you turn into a citadel, your villagers stop auto-training if you're using the repeat. Alright, so I want to get draft horses and get about 3 or 4 siege towers.
In a jitter.
Kemsit's army is pillaging the second village.
You need to retire.
We need more wood. More wood gatherers, please. We'll get a couple of elephants too, because they're tanky units.
In which and which you refer crow in Yawit. In which
I hate this level so much. This is probably one of the worst levels for me. I prefer Isis Hear My Plea, and I hate Isis Hear My Plea. Laferton. Can't remember how to pronounce that name.
In which Tayu? You are there?
Alright, let's get this one start training elephants. And we'll get some chariot archers out of this one.
and which
Don't forget your armory upgrades, of course, if you can afford them.
In which Tayu?
I have justification right now why I hate these levels. Egyptians are not my favorite faction to play.
Greek.
I only dislike really one Norse level, and that's it. The rest I can deal with in the Norse.
You need to.
But when it comes to the Egyptians, they're not my strongest faction to play, yeah? Alright.
You need to. Baya?
Into you.
I probably could go for a fortified town center too at some point.
Into you. Bea.
Alright, so our heroes are on 1, along with the priests. Put the elephant on 2, the chariot archers on 3, the siege towers on 4.
You need to. Baya?
Greek. Enito. Tayo. UIR.
You need to. Baya?
Enito.
You know the whole map, the small place with free gold? I use all this that you can keep.
And which UIR. Enito. Tayo.
Really, I should be using a lot more priests too because of the Avengers that'll come up. Nope, I don't bother with the water there. I've never really seen much use for it. You got all the resources you could want in this level. He walked through the wall, did you see that? Look at all those Avengers. I'm under attack, I just realized. That kind of sucks. Steam version's more than just a little bugged. It's just dealing with the massive army they got first, and then once the massive army's gone, you can just keep throwing units in and you'll be fine. Just keep their army distracted, and you can go up here. Priests, please target the Avenger. It's mainly the Avengers that freaking deal all the damage, and then when they're dead, you're fine. I've still got plenty of time, I think. Not really. I'm on a time crunch here now. But, as long as we can get the sword bearers to the thing, it's not going to matter too much. I also don't need any more villagers.
A hero has fallen.
Kill the Migdol.
A hero has fallen.
Yeah, I'm going to need that fortification upgrade. Please kill that bloody Avenger. Yeah, units back. I probably should have trained cavalry over in elephants. I can probably still change it. I don't think you can. I've never actually tried that. It's an idea. Might do that another time. Shifting sands to teleport that. I don't think you can. It would somehow break the laws of the game. Can you just kill the Wadget and be done with it? Or what's wrong with you? Alright, let's just focus units down, and then we should have an okay time. I love it when my archers are doing nothing and they're quite perfectly in range. You know what I need? I got a bunch of food and a bunch of favor. Let's get some sphinxes out. Can you not attack the wall when I ordered you to move? That helps quite a bit. There we go. It's just getting a flux of archers in the end too. Wish I had burning arrows. They haven't even attacked the other village yet, so I mean, I think we've done it in really good time.
Protect the sword bearers.
I think this is the fastest I've actually done it. I'm pretty sure I got that upgrade, didn't I? Yeah, I already got it. Can you not block the sword bearers? You stupid archers. That's annoying when that happens. Hey look, he's leaving most of the village alone. Saved. This box contains a god? Ajax, don't ever change. Which you can't, because it's a video game, so, yeah. Easiest level is definitely next. No question, it's the easiest level in the game. Two god powers, a few unit training, and then bam, yeah, that's it. Literally it. A hero has fallen. Are they seriously up there just destroying everything? With one siege tower? Left them on their own. Hey, look! My friendly Pharaoh is here. Ah, he died at the end though. That kind of sucks. Okay. Easiest level, then the cheesiest level, followed by the being bitch, but you know.
This box contains a god?
A piece of a god, Osiris. Set tricked him and had him killed. His body was cut into pieces and scattered across the sands of Egypt. Kemsit was in the process of trying to destroy this one completely.
If Osiris is dead, what good is a piece of his body?
It is not easy to kill a god. Osiris is dead, but not dead. If we can reunite his body, he will live again. However, if Kemsit succeeds in destroying a single piece, all is lost.
With the time they had, you think they would have been done by now.
Be quiet back there.
We have walked into an ambush. Get the Osiris piece to the city.
I love it because we're under set here, when we shouldn't be under set.
Arkantos and his men have been ambushed in the Canyon Pass.
We must rescue them. Time is short. Quickly, prepare an army and send it to the pass before Kemset can escape with the Osiris piece.
The Osiris piece is ours now.
Yeah, no it ain't. My annoyance is, though, that you only get to play Hades in one level, and it's not even really an important level. That's my annoyance. Well, it's an important level in context of the storyline, but that's about it. Easiest level ever. Where are my wood gatherers? Not that it's really necessary. You only really need just priests and then you're done. Except we're in the heroic age and it doesn't really matter. I mean, you finish this level within 5 minutes. I mean, that's saying a lot. Also this. Hi, Phoenixes and my next enemies. Camelry versus Axemen that don't give a shit. Also, Chariot Archers. Those cavalry are not doing as much as I thought to those chariot archers. And again, they've been upgraded to high hell, so... I don't like the looks of this. Stay alert, man.
I don't like the looks of this.
They got stuck because I'm so close to the edge anyway. Come on, buddy.
Move the piece inside the city gates. It is our only chance.
Oh cool, the spearmen just ignored my chariot archers. Rude!
In wedge.
Hey, that's my Osiris piece. Get out of here.
refer.
I refer. What the hell are my freaking animals doing up there? Five minutes. There you go. Alright. So we are going to do the cheesy way of this level first before doing it the normal way. Because I hate doing the normal way.
What is special about this place?
It is the center of Osiris's kingdom. That is his palace. Now, I need to get the piece to Setna.
Setna is already a guest of ours. And now you are too. Take them to the prison.
Isis, hear my plea. I have been betrayed by a servant of Set. Send your blessing upon me, and I will have vengeance.
Alright, I have to say something. Even in the normal way, these myth units suck for you no matter what. Early on. Because you're not dealing with one, you're not dealing with two, but you're dealing with three Sons of Osiris.
Your allies recommended diversion, so you can slip in and rescue him.
In which
Why would you want to deal with three Sons of Osiris? I will never know. But we're building a lot of chariot archers to do it later.
Isis smiles upon you, Amanra. Go to nearby monuments to claim them for your cause.
Alright, so the cheesy way is to send Amanra and take advantage of her special ability. Send her to this left wall, jump over by attacking an enemy, and then take the transport boat straight there. So you can use the vision so you can get it done earlier. Just use it on a manticore, and then you're over the wall. There we go.
Use it to infiltrate the prison.
Yes, because a transport is going to infiltrate the prison without some backup. So we got to go recruit an armada. Or a navy.
Into you.
Now you can train more, but you don't really need to. So, because you also get a war turtle. So, what we got to do is we send the war turtle in first. He'll tank all the damage, along with the other ships, and then the transport ship with Amanra, you just drop it off at the prison and you win. Now. There we go. Done. Did not even take 4 minutes. Alright, so that's the cheese way of doing this level.
So
We'll watch the cutscene after we do the normal one. Alright. So, like I said, we're going to be dealing with 3 Sons of Osiris.
The Atlantean and his men have been taken to the prison. Your allies recommended diversion, so you can slip in and rescue him.
So Manra has a special ability this level to convert monuments.
in which up
Send all your units down south.
Isis has granted us a temple.
you refer
Isis smiles upon you,
In
Amanra.
which you
Go to nearby monuments to claim them for your cause.
Rig
And we're going to build a lot of farms and get a lot of gold for what we have.
you refer
Because we're going to need
Rig
food for more villagers, and we're going to need chariot archers up the wazoo. Like I said, we're dealing with 3 Sons of Osiris, and the best way to kill them is mass chariot archers.
Great.
There are a few pigs here we can make use of too. These crocs aren't too bad of a myth unit because of their range, but they're slow in terms of their damage, so make of them what you will, but yeah. Not the best farm placement, but I really don't care. Alright, let's grab the rest of these temples. No sense letting them go to waste. Alright, I need a Migdol. Might need 2, actually. So we'll get the croc upgrade because they're handy. I do need a granary. Do we get a free granary anywhere? We don't. That kind of sucks. Alright, get me that granary up. We're gonna want masons to defend our Migdol down here. If you destroy some buildings here, you'll get some extra myth units, but I don't usually find it worth it. Until. So we got a lot of resource upgrades in here, and as playing as ISIS, upgrades are cheaper. Just when I decide to fucking go for the extra monuments, they decide to attack. No, they're gonna kill the poor croc. Whoops, I must have targeted the monkey there. There's a bit of a forest here we can make use of later. Mana can go up and collect those temples, even though I very likely won't use them a bunch. Can't really go to the Mythic Age because it doesn't give us the option to. So we need to get that and the Migdol because we're going to be training a lot of units as we assault. I might send the Pharaoh to go for the woodcutters because I need a lot of wood as well. All about getting that economy, hey. They're gonna keep attacking me too, which is a pain in my ass. Run, Sphinx! Oh, for God's sakes, kill the goddamn bastard. So now we got some human soldiers. Do we have an armory? We do. So we're gonna have to get all these upgrades too before we make a big assault because there's a bunch of towers. Really, you just have to destroy the fortress itself, but considering he trains a lot of units, yeah, you're gonna need a lot of help. Alright, let's move them down to the forest down south. And we're gonna train some more villagers. Don't even have husbandry. This resource game sucks. Do I have a market? Nope. There is another forest up here we can take advantage of later.
Greg, UIR,
UIL.
Ia Tawit,
Let me see if I can at least break open this gate.
Enito.
These guys do a crap ton of damage. No, what was up there? Not really a lot. We could deal with that base.
Greek.
No. Get back down here. Alright, let's get some more upgrades when I can afford them. Alright, let's slow down the chariot archers a bit. Let's send these scarabs to go deal with this. Bring them to the tower, the town center. Back. Don't want to attract too much attention. Alright, so we didn't get the attention of the Son of Osiris, which is good. Alright, so we should be able to destroy that temple now. Get a little more myth units. Alright, that should be enough on wood.
Into you. EU repair. En wedge. Ia active.
Get it. UEN.
Gary. EU repair. Into you. EU into you.
Save that scorpion, man. More of those. Yeah, we're gonna get some elephants too for tanking purposes. Hopefully they won't block our attempts, but we're gonna have to wait and see. Need to get some more upgrades. So get those upgrades kicking in. You do only get I think you get upgrades for destroying something around here. I don't recall, because I never really do it much anymore. I would personally do the level of Cheese Way because I just don't like this level anymore. I used to love it, but then when I started on Titan and I realized I was dealing with 3 Sons of Osiris, I'm like, why am I doing this anymore? Alright, I'm gonna need some more farms. Alright, so hopefully we'll get a lot more food coming in because of those upgrades. Can you guys just come to me so I don't have to deal with your crap?
Finito, EU refer,
Come on, Ra, stop jumping so aggressively. She's... I like her because she can do some nice stuff, especially with like the jumping jackal skip. But other than that, she's annoying. And then if you put her in defensive mode, she'll still jump and then walk back to her previous position. Man, that scarab's gonna take forever to heal. Alright, I probably should get a few more for gold. And then once we get the last of the armory upgrades, we'll kick in. Alright, so get the copper weapons, or bronze weapons when I can afford it. Too bad we don't have fire arrows and we can't get fire arrows. Make my life easier.
Into you.
In wedge.
In which. Add to you.
Hey, elephant, I guess you can't get through, hey? Let's make some room for our friendly elephant. Alright, did I get the last armory upgrade? Nope. Some more on gold. Alright, let's push in. See if we can bait the first son of Osiris.
A hero has fallen.
That's not helping, Amanra. At least towers don't have full pierce armor, so I mean it works.
Into you.
And the tower's blocking her revival. Awesome. So that when you see the son of Osiris, gun for him, because he won't rebuild them. Well, he can't. So you can see they're both there. Just focus one down and then try to get the other. There's one more behind this fortress wall. Just train a lot of chariot archers in the meantime. And you can cast Pestilence if you get close enough. Try to keep the scarabs alive if you don't have siege towers like I don't. So, probably a good call.
A hero has fallen.
And the Crocs outrange towers, so they can do some decent damage to them. Alright, we don't need chariot archers anymore. Was that the lightning? Nope, it's the lights from the Crocs. Where is the third son of Osiris? There he is! Wow, the lightning ended up getting the Croc. I don't think I'm gonna kill him. I'll be close. We got him. Alright, that issue is now out of the window. So as long as you can keep reinforcing the numbers and just keep assaulting, you should be okay. I need another Migdol. And we need Amanra alive, so bring her back. Yeah, the scarabs weren't gonna make it from the elephant. At least the elephants do decent siege damage too, so I mean, it's not all total loss. Is Migdol ready yet? Bloody champion elephants. Making things difficult for my life. What are you guys idling for? Wood? I need more gold now.
Into you. In wedge. At you. Garrett. Era.
See, look, now he's just a regular pharaoh. Easy enough to contend with.
Into you.
The Midgard stronghold is under siege.
Garrett. Into you.
Our defenses are too weak. Bring the guards from the prison to
Alright, so now just retreat your units. I think we all can agree that Kempsit does not sound like that. Alright, so you can see the guards have disappeared, so now we can destroy the wall with no issue if we wanted to send an army straight there. Keep the rest of your army here, just in case. But yeah, I mean, you might as well just do it the cheese way, because it's just easier that way. There's some more gold up here too if you need it, so... And I believe you can still build a market. So you can just build a market here and send them over there.
Into you.
That spearman did not stand a chance. Well aware, stop bugging me. But yeah, that's how you do it legit. Still, you know, fairly okay, 20 minutes. Now for this long, arduous task of breaking a stone gate. And the army doesn't even come here, it's like back here. Sort of ridiculous. Hello, Ank of Ra. The Ank of Life, whatever you want to call it. That catapult followed me all the way here. Amonra. We have prepared a transport.
We have prepared a transport. Use it to infiltrate the prison.
Into you.
And yeah, so you can't even see the army he brought back. Where did it go?
Into you.
Hey look, there's the Manticore. So it's all here.
Into you. Into you. Garrick. Wedge.
Alright, Amonra, go land.
Into you, Garrick.
When the Crocs are taking on the Manticore. Oh, Amonra, just get in the middle of the prison.
Into you.
Freedom. We must escape this city.
I don't remember Amonra owning Avengers, do you guys?
So, Setna, all the other priests of Osiris were imprisoned too?
Some were left to die in the desert.
But why did he want to kill Osiris?
You always seem to be hiding.
And you truly do not know.
You always seem to hide behind something when I see you, Cyclops.
You interrupted me in Greece, escaped the underworld, and arrived here before me. There is no way you did this on your own. I will know which gods support you. Now.
Lord Poseidon watches over all the people of Atlantis.
Lord Poseidon? You're more a fool than I expected. Let's see if he's watching over you.
You may feel less like fighting after I pull off your head.
I will deal with you all in due time. We have more pressing matters to attend to at Osiris's pyramid.
Just tell him where they are, but then, Amanda also knows. Also, just stab him through the bloody gate! Alright. So this level does have a cheese strat that's coming up. It's a lot more difficult than Isis Hear My Plea, though. So I might not get it first try.
We must recover the piece of Osiris before we leave.
We have to hurry. Gargarensis and Kemsit will soon have their troops out.
We still have some allies here. Not all have turned to worship Set.
Yes, I have friends here. They will help us.
I have arranged for transports to meet us here at the prison. We must hold this position until they arrive.
Then how? Like, how do you arrange for transports while you're in prison, by the way? Alright, so I might have to do a little bit of concentrating. So we got our 4th temporary hero, or our 5th temporary hero. Setna. So he's a hero priest, so he'll be helpful for this cheese strat, as long as we can keep him alive, of course. Try to keep you guys as healed as possible, because they're going to be essential for this. We need as many of our guys alive as possible.
The guards have discovered us.
Into you.
I sent carrier pigeons.
The transports have arrived. We must flee to our allies' area of the city.
Alright. So protect this transport. And instead of going to the base, we are going to straight to the Osiris piece, if you know where it is on the map. So as long as we can keep the transport alive, we should be good.
Into you.
Pirate ship on our tail.
Deal with the pirate ships as they come. Alright, this should be the land required. Alright, get rid of this tower. So this is going to be our safe zone, as it were. So I'm going to make a save here, just in case. Because I would like to show this strat off. They do have burning oil, so yeah. Alright, move here, and then just do let's Setna do all the healing. Never mind, I forgot there's another tower there. Don't go too far right, because I'm pretty sure there's some siege ships there. We don't want to attract their attention. Look at all these fishing spots you wish you could take advantage of. You know, that might not be a bad thing to learn. I might give that a shot later, when I got some time on my hands. Alright, so now we send our heroes down first, because they have burning oil, so we want them to attack the heroes. Because heroes, of course, are more tanky. Even if they attack Setna. For a bit, before you retreat him back. Ignore the dock, please. So again, heroes first.
Get the Osiris piece out of the city! We must fight our way through the South Gate!
Just have the ranged heroes attack the tower. Because they do shit all to walls, where they can do a little bit to towers. Of course, you can just use Setna to keep healing the hero tanking the tower. To keep him alive a little longer. You can also use serpents, But serpents will be handy in a second, so we're gonna keep them. So Setna does regenerate better than more priests with his healing, so he's sort of like the Valkyrie, Reagan Leaf. That's the name I was remembering.
Get
Get rid of this bloody tower. Alright, so again we heal up. Oh crap, alright, we'll get the Osiris piece out first. No, no, no. And actually, it's probably better to exit through this gate, so get rid of that tower. Because otherwise we're going to incur the wrath of the fortresses and the other towers and the barracks, and that's the last thing we want. Meh. Don't need any really mods. I kind of like just a vanilla style raider. Apart from the timer. The timer comes just from the shortcut. Alright, so let's break open this wall. Where's Setna? Heal that Axeman. Slowly. What are you doing, Arcantos? It's an obelisk. We don't need to destroy an obelisk. Slowly but surely. Yeah, it's better than building an entire base, then destroying this base first, then worrying about this guy sending shit to kill your fishing ships here, and then building an invading army to get over here with limited gold until you beat that base up there. Yeah. I mean, this strat works, it's just not efficient. Well, sorry, it's really efficient, it's just a longer cheese strats. And right now, this is 33% health, Raider. I love how that one Avenger is spazzing out. And I just noticed it now because I wasn't paying that much attention. But yeah, it's better to break this gate than going this way. We will have to deal with the town center, but the town center is easily enough to be dealt with for heroes. So send your heroes down first. And don't worry about the barracks, just attack the town center. $68 and 96. Hey, I'm playing Fall of the Trident. I'm not playing the Titans campaign. What do you want me to say? Mana's gonna fall here. Oh, lost an Axeman. Losing an Axeman at this point isn't that worrying, because we still got the Avengers alive. Hello, DOD. Welcome. So Setna should be able to keep the rest of the guys alive. So if the Avengers start taking damage, pull them out until the hero starts taking damage. Of course they target the fucking priest of all the heroes. Wanker. Oh well, it's nearly dead.
In wedge. Get it.
In wedge.
Setna, live. Nice. Alright, now we can destroy this barracks. Not that it really matters now. And we're going to be using the Plague of Serpents to help us against the Anubites. Although I could have really used it here. I don't think they attack buildings. You don't get to control them, really. Just make sure our units are healed up. We can send these guys ahead. Got a couple more towers to deal with. Well, we actually have more than a couple of towers. So we are going to have to play a little micromanagement here. Kill these things, because since we don't have a massive army, those pillars will take control of the Osiris piece for some dumb reason. So you're going to have to kill them.
In which? At you.
Get it. In a direct. Get it. At you. In which?
Get rid of this tower.
Get it.
And get rid of this one, and that's the only two you should really have to deal with. Well, rip Setna.
In which at you. In which
When the snakes get a damage buff. Yeah, see, snakes don't attack buildings, which is a shame. But they're good for distractions.
Get it. In a direct.
Those Avengers spinning attacks can help so much. Chiron, don't attack the freaking monuments. Especially once the villagers. They have it hard enough. But yeah, in about less than 15 minutes we've done the level. And then we're going to have to do it the normal way, which is going to be so much fun. And after that there's only one more level, I think. Because I've already done nearly 8. So, yeah. Alright, now slowly cross the threshold with the Osiris piece. While Ajax takes a few arrows to his shield. And we didn't even go to our allies' base. How sick is that? Alright, we can't do this level just yet. That comes later. Alright, so back to Let's Go. We can skip this opening cutscene because we already watched it. So, in this one, we still don't go straight to our allies' base. What we do is you destroy the lighthouse immediately, so Kamos' Pyrus won't attack you after one ship. So he'll always send one ship at you, landing reinforcements, but he'll never do it again if you destroy the lighthouse early, which is possible to do pretty early. So I'll show you how that's done. Try to keep these guys alive as long as possible because they're going to be essential for defending our base. And hopefully, if they're still alive, attacking the enemy. So again, your hero tanking damage, not a big deal. Because they'll always regenerate. Alright, let's go. So again, instead of going straight down, we're heading towards the left this time.
Pirate ship on our tail.
Into you.
Pirate ship on our tail. Bring the transport ship just in case, the spare one. And what you want to do is you don't want to just mass drop units, you want to drop the hero units out. That's it. So Ajax, Arkantos, Setna, Chiron, Amanra. Don't drop anyone else yet. Then drop the Avengers. Then you can drop the Axemen. So we already lost one Axeman. You don't really have to destroy the temple, but I would do so. Just destroy the rest. We get a couple of relics, nice too. So we get myth units are cheap, but that's not bad. We can build some Anubites. And we can get a trio of helpful monkeys, which aren't as helpful, but they're decent for scouting. Alright, so if you actually destroy the lighthouse after you go to your allies' base, you can actually see ships crashing. But since we're doing it before, they're always going to not be seen crashing, so... Now that's all we have to do, really. So destroying the monuments might not be a bad idea. Well, I'm not sure if it will make a difference against the enemy, so yeah, we can't see him crash, which is unfortunate, but anyway, once that's done, send your combat units to the front, and head to your allies' base. Gotta love the war turtles.
Another pirate ship.
Into you. Into you. Gary.
Welcome, our
Alright.
We have meager resources, but we don't receive well. Recover the Osiris.
Alright, so a few things to note. We get the entire map, we get to see the entire map. Number 2, do not, at all costs, look at the Osiris piece. Because if we look at the Osiris piece, we'll have a timer and he'll move it along the map and then it becomes a hassle trying to free the piece. We don't want to do that. And the other thing is, don't build any fishing ships on that dock that's available to us. Just build one there and be done with it. Reason being is... well, red base on the right will always send siege ships and leviathans to you, and it's just not worth dealing with it. For the amount of time you get to keep those fishing ships, it's just not worth it. So yeah, now you can see if we had the lighthouse destroyed now, we could actually see the ships crashing into the reef. Alright, let's get some wood quickly. Let's get 4 fishing ships ASAP. Alright, so that's the only time Kamos is going to drop forces on my island. Because I've already destroyed the lighthouse. So we're going to train a lot of Anubites, and we're going to train a lot of Spearmen. We could always tech up, but Spearmen and Anubites should be enough to get rid of that base. Should. Doesn't mean they will. Try to keep as much as you alive, because you don't really have a lot of resources. So even try to keep your Pharaoh alive, because it's a pain to wait for him to respawn. Okay, I lost 2 villagers. That kind of sucks. Oh no, I only lost 1. Not bad, not bad. As long as the Crocs are focusing on a hero unit, that's not bad. We also need to get a temple up. It's not about paying for their cost, though. It's about just... Then you have to ship an army to the other side, and it's like you have to get rocks or whatever. It just becomes a pain to deal with. I've got to deposit these relics. I've got to start getting monuments. Right, so I only need 1 more fishing ship. Then I need the fishing ship upgrade. And I've got to build monuments because I need to get the favor generating for the Anubites. So once once I get the per scene upgrade, I'm gonna take my guys off wood for now and then cast prosperity. Because we don't have a lot of gold, so we want to try to take over this base as quickly as we can. Now, all honestly, we could really just advance, get the what's it called? Siege towers. That'll be worth it too. Might even be worth it. It might be even easier in the long run to do just that. But I find getting it in the classical age done better. See, he's already got juggernauts attacking my thing. Like, I don't even have to train fishing ships here. He'll eventually just attack. Which really sucks. So best not to give him a reason to come any closer. Alright, what can we do? We can get some housing.
Rig, up, air.
Alright, let's get that monument up.
Rig, air.
So the heroes and the Avengers should be enough to defend any attack while you build up another army. Alright, we are going to need to now use the goats because they fattened up enough. That's the reason why we haven't been using those goats yet. So yeah, we got one town center really that we're dealing with and a couple of barracks. Can you not? That's a poor villager. What did he do to you? Alright, so once all that's done, we can separate our guys, build up an armory. I'd keep the pharaoh on the gold so you can get excess gold compared to what you normally get. Seal up that turtle.
Rig, air. Up, air.
They chased that poor transport ship down.
Refer, air.
You know what? Let's go the teching route. So we'll go for the fortress age and we'll get some siege towers. It'd probably be the easier way to take over that town. We just gotta make sure we have enough gold to do so. So we'll get some siege towers, some Anubites. Because food is the one thing we have in unlimited supply. Mainly by the fishing ships, not the farms. So we're about to run out of gold. We're gonna want to get that upgrade. And I think 2 monuments should be enough. I mean, it'll be slow training for the Anubites, but otherwise I'll be just training an army of spearmen and assaulting the base right now. And I mean, upgrades are cheaper for us under ISIS anyway. We are going to need wood for those towers, so let's get some back on wood. Actually, these guys will probably go on wood too when I'm done. I'd rather not lose my dock, thank you very much. Alright, so let's tech. I would probably go Hathor just in case case they're still on your, shore. Alright, so we start a new bite training. I was wondering what setting that was. There are a couple of crocs here, and there is another relic. It's more hit points for buildings for us, so this time it's not exactly the best relic. We will get another monument, I think. We should have more than enough in siege towers to destroy the buildings. Poor monkey. Second there, I thought I looked at the piece and I'm just like, crap. Alright, so let's get that siege factory, or siege works. Rip Amanra. Somehow not. Alright. Can even get the crocs now, so that's not bad, especially since they can outrange the town center. I think. So you guys will now go on wood because we've used all our gold for now. So we'll get about 4 siege towers. You don't really need to get draft horses, so we're not going to get that. We're going to build a barracks as well. Your Nubites are also still coming. And these will go straight for the barracks in the town center, so we can deal with everything else. Might as well get the carpenter's upgrade. No reason not to. Get the spearman upgrades. Where's my pharaoh here? You guys were all food. I don't really want to spend them on farms until I've got the base, but we kind of need some. So we get 3 on those, and then the rest can come up here. Alright, 1 more siege tower. So much resources I should be spending, and so... If I wasn't desperate on gold, then yeah. Alright, so we're going to wait for their next attack, deal with their attack, and then assault them after that's done. So then we won't deal with too much competition, as it were. Sign your control groups. Don't forget those. You can, of course, also get some, what's it called? Armory upgrades. You can, don't forget about those. If they're not going to attack me next, I'm going to attack them, because it's taking them so long. They get stuck or something? Alright, whatever. Let's just go in. Just gotta get rid of that citadel. There we go. It's not really a hard base, but, you know, just to make sure that you have the numbers. Because if you do mess up, then, well, good luck to you with no gold. You'd be relying on monuments and Anubite slowly to build up your forces. Alright, so now we have a bunch of free gold that we can take advantage of. Okay, so we can't build rocks. I forgot about that. So they purposely disable rocks in this level. So you might have to build a small navy, or build a dock up here to avoid the navy that hunts you down. Look, out of gold. I spent it all. Alright, where's the priest? Or pharaoh? What relics did he have? Train faster, archers. Yeah, it doesn't matter to me. Alright, so once all the threatening buildings are gone, just ignore everything else and come back here. From 15 to more. Okay.
In wedge, tie you.
So that little beep you might hear or whatever will be my switch muting off and on, because sometimes I have to take calls. Luckily for me, they're not that bad at times. And other times they're just really bad, like it was before. I'll try to cut them out. Alright, so let's quickly get this dock built. Because they've already killed all my transport ships. This is more than enough to get the Osiris piece out. Get a couple of transport ships. Should be enough for your army. 2.
Get it.
Alright. Don't forget if you're pop capped, you're gonna have to do that.
Into you.
In wedge.
Alright. Send the war turtle up front first, just to make sure there's nothing there. And we're gonna land on that little beachhead. See?
Osiris piece around the city to keep it safe. It will move again soon.
Those towers guard the Osiris piece. Destroy them all. Get the Osiris piece out of the city. We must fight our way through the south gate.
It really is annoying having a bigger army here, though. That's a much more capable one.
Get it. At you.
So again, we're going to just exit through this way. Man, Anubites just attack so fast.
Get it.
Yeah, Ancestors Wood. I completely forgot that you can't get rocks on this map. That's why I went it. I actually completely forgot about that. So, I mean, you can go to the Mythic Age if you want, but it's not necessary. Don't worry, we'll get to enjoy the next level. That'll be fun. It's not a bad level. I enjoy the way it works. It's just a little tedious. I'll explain why it's a little tedious when we get to it. Translation card. Ooh, good track. Are you serious? He's still there? Amanra, go get that goddamn piece. Leave me alone. Yeah, the box got left behind. I thought it was with my control group. It wasn't. Chris. Which really is annoying, because I might have to send more than just Amanra and another hero to go collect it. Oh, that's alright. Now I gotta wait slowly for it to get down here. Really hate it when that happens. Oh, screw off, war barges. Yeah, it's like when heroes go down, you lose control of that too, and you gotta reset it. Very well. Hello, Speedy Box, my old friend. Yeah, because a bunch of Anubites are going to stand up to all that. Morning, Chris. Morning. It is nearly the afternoon here. Need for Speed 100. Don't worry, we're going to have a lot of crap to deal with the next level. You are victorious! Alright. So, for the final level of this part, good advice. Athena shall speak to us.
We are safe here for now. We will plan in the morning.
You have done well. Now I must prepare you for the rest of your journey. Zeus is all-powerful now, but it was not always so. Ages ago, the Titans ruled the universe under Kronos, and humanity suffered under their harsh rule.
Castor?
Castor.
Follow me, father.
Alright. So we have to follow Castor. Our camera is a little zoomed in, more than normal, because there's certain layers to this map. So this is good advice part 1. So, oh shit, I pressed F9. Ugh, I'm gonna cut that out. That quick loads. I forgot F9 quick loads in this game. So I'm gonna skip that cutscene and all that crap at least. That's not good. Let's see if we can trim that out. Alright, where was I? Yep, good advice.
Follow me, Father.
Australia, mate. That's where I'm from.
You are not.
Alright, so you can tell ya.
The men, Father. You are favored by the god.
So if you look, it says next time, don't drink so much wine before dozing off a palm tree. So yeah.
Get the relic to the temple.
Ignore the Cyclops, get the relic. Now move our Cantos around here. So that you got statues of lightning helping you. He'll cast Restoration to keep our Cantos alive, and so will the buildings. However, it also might not be enough, so you might need to cast your own. So just be prepared. But moving him here should help. And it should be enough. So you don't have to say him. Ah. Nice, Chris. Nice. Ooh, it might not be enough still, because Gargarensis is a tough hero. You could always just try walking around and letting the lightning taking care of him. There you go.
The trials you face strengthen you. Continue the journey before you, Father.
Restoration again. Thank you, Zeus. And now we'll take care of the Chimera. I think I've noticed if you assign the hero's control group, they sometimes glitch out and stay alive. I want to see if that's true again. Let's just see what happens. They might not, for all I know. Yep. They should all be gone.
Zeus, Poseidon, and Hades did battle with the Titans in a great war. Kronos and the Titans were imprisoned in Tartarus, the deepest part of the underworld. Zeus came to rule over all the heavens. Poseidon envies his brother's domain and wishes it for himself. Kronos knows this and tempts Poseidon with promises of power if he is released.
Poseidon?
No.
Yes, there are several places where one can enter Tartarus, but Zeus sealed them all with adamantine doors. These can only be opened by a mortal's hands. Gargarensis.
The gate. That's what we saw when we entered Erebus in Greece.
Yes. Gargarensis believes that if he helps the Titans return, Poseidon and Kronos will make him immortal as a reward.
Alright, so this is where we'll use the rest of our hero powers, because they'll be reset. As you can see, they shouldn't be alive, they should all be dead. Alright, so we do get a little bit of an army. But it's the only army we get for this section. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to send one Shade to kill Theros. Then we're going to assign our stuff. So, Chariot Archer is going to be 2. Priests are going to be assigned with the heroes on 1.
That looked like Theros.
Spearman 3.
Long time since you sent him to the underworld, Arcantos.
Catapults 4.
Fighting old battles again.
And the Shades get each their own. So, what we're going to do is we're going to send the Shades forward. Going to kill one Avenger with a Bolt Power. Going to kill those 3 Chimera with 1 Shade. Kill the Avenger. And then the heroes can take care of the rest. We are going to send the Spearmen and the Catapults up close to the boulder. Let the Priest go ahead. And then the Chariot Archers will come up here to help the heroes. So once the Catapults are close enough... So here, so they don't get attacked by the enemy. Attack and cast Flaming Weapons. It doesn't work on Catapults, I don't think, but it does work on the Spearmen. So you just gotta keep them alive. Cast Restoration if needed. And remember, just keep the Catapults alive, that's all you gotta do. Otherwise it'll take you forever to break through the landslide. Oh, looks like Flaming Weapons do work on him. Of course, Zeus sends more aid.
must escape.
Alright, so here comes the final part, and good advice part 2. This is what it is. So it reloads the level.
Your enemy lies across the sea, Father. Your fleet awaits.
What's this? Now we have the enemy colors. Alright. Now, wait for this.
We've got to establish a base on the far shore as quickly as possible.
Alright, we are going to want to get that relic. There's lots of relics in this level. Take a look what's around you and select what you want. We're probably going to be building more than one temple just to house these relics. More hit points for buildings is going to be very handy for me. Hey look, we're in control of some enemies. Gargarensis and Kamos, for instance. Caster can't pick up a relic, I don't think. While he's a hero, he's not technically a big one, so it doesn't work. So I mentioned this level's tedious because of this part, and do you remember those statues of lightning? Now the enemy has them. So we're going to have to deal with that. Keep your transport ships here, send the pirate ships forward until you get some Kraken, and then have the ships help the Kraken. In the meantime, you can take your transport ships and send them over. The special ability of the Kraken will one-shot those ships. True, Raider, you do get a lot of pop. And that's probably why I don't mind this level as much. Alright. Now, if I were you, I wouldn't build much of anything until the enemy casts Earthquake, because they're going to do exactly that. So what we're going to do is we're going to just build the temple down here. I'm going to keep the heroes down here so they can get the relics deposited. Get masons immediately. So we got armored. We got some extra protection for our buildings. As you can see, we're also already in the Mythic Age. Deposit the relics. Send your villagers up north. Also get architects. Kill a Heliopoli. So build this town center here. To each their own, Raider. You can also build a lot of buildings to absorb the damage. Just build a lot of houses. He cast bronze on a very small part of the army. I know he's got a bigger one than that. Ah, there they are. This is the only level you legit get to play as Hades, and it annoys me so much. So don't forget these upgrades you can get. Grab them. They're really handy. One that gives us a gold trickle, one that lets our villagers move faster, build faster, and carry more, and we generate favor from temples faster. Send the goats up north. Lucky Steve 99, thank you for the follow. Guess that makes up for the 2 ones I lost. So just waiting for that earthquake to happen. What is it? I don't know, maybe it happens when I cast Sentinel, but I'm pretty sure it doesn't just wait for Sentinel. Alright, so let's take a look at some other relics we can get. Improved cavalry speed. I don't think we're going to be building much cavalry. We will be building a bunch of hoplites, so grab that one. Chris, thank you for the follow as well. Yes, including that bugged line in Isis, Hear My Plea. We want blue crystal shard. Because that gets us more wood and gold. And heroes do more damage to myth units, so we are going to be building a second temple after all. Okay, maybe they're not going to cast Earthquake till I build buildings, so Because they would have already cast it by now. The one where he doesn't sound his normal self. Now maybe? Kill Perseus first, because you don't want him to kill your guys. There it is! Yeah, I think Hades was a lost opportunity, especially since they didn't make him the bad guy in this. They made Poseidon the bad guy. Anyway, Hades, even back in the mythology, wasn't exactly evil. He was the lord of the underworld. You didn't want to exactly offend Hades. He was more feared than hated. Alright, so we need to build another temple because we can't hold more than 5 relics per temple. Alright, so let's finally get some villagers out. And after the villagers are done with this, we can actually use our sentinel ability. The gods send you more favor. Human soldiers are resistant to peer attacks. We are going to definitely want that relic. Zoom. If Age of Empires 4 is a success, I really hope we get to see an Age of Mythology 2. Mission 10 is Hades. Yeah, he only sees him as an intruder. Well, you gotta remember also, if we remember back in those times, there's always trials and tests to see if they'll get through and unscathed. Mission 10 is essentially Hades' trial to return the 3 lost relics. That's what the shades tell you. Alright, so let's build that next temple. So he's not really fighting Arkantos, he's more or less testing them. So, we're gonna need a lot of siege, especially for those lightning statues. The issue is, Petroboli don't really hit them that well, so we're not really gonna be building a lot of Petroboli compared to Hades' bonus archer. I forgot what the name's called. I'll show you when I build a fortress. Yeah, but I think in every ancient mythology, Steve, every mythology, every Greek or Egyptian or not counting the Norse, they were all fearful of the underworld or the dead, because, you know, they controlled what happened to them in the end. Eternal torment, so on, so on, so on. Human soldiers are more resistant to pierce attacks. I wanted that relic. What's this one? God send you more favor. Not bad. What's this one up here? Increase villagers' hit points. Again, not a bad one. Hey, leave my transport ships alone. Where's my Kraken? Oh, and heroes do more damage to myth units. I want that one too. Alright, I might as well start training from this town center too. I don't know why I'm not. So train from both, guys, because that was a mistake not training from both. Don't know why I didn't. Let's get some gold gatherers. Get a granary too, so we can get some food upgrades, because they got to kick in at some point. Yeah, Set was different, but Set was also not the god of the underworld. I don't need any more wood, really. There's also a dock we can build here to take advantage of some fishing ships. I don't speak pure Greek, buddy, so I can't help you there. Please, I'm not gonna time you out or anything, but please try to keep it in English.
Πρόσταγμα. Έστω. Ναι. Πρόσταγμα.
Λέγε μεταλλεύς.
So yeah, we just gotta build up a massive force. It's not too difficult. Ooh, hello. They attacked me up north. Interesting. I curse you!
Πρόσεχε. Βούλομαι.
Yeah, that's something I didn't know. Yeah, I got a little over enthusiastic there, Steve. What do you want me to say? Alright, let's get that fortress up.
Πρόσεχε. Λέγε. Μάλιστα.
Πρόσταγμα. Βούλομαι. Έστω. Πρόσεχε. Βούλομαι. Μάλιστα. Πρόσεχε.
Get an archery range and a barracks as well. So I can start working on those upgrades. Gotta get all the other economy up, the final economy upgrades for these ones.
Έτοιμη. Ρητό πρόσταγμα. Βούλομαι.
Evil empires cast pestilence on my buildings that aren't even built. Alright, so one of the first statues of lightning are up here and there. So that's gonna be a little annoying to deal with. Love it. Poseidon's evil, yet we're destroying a lot of statues of lightning of Poseidon.
Έτοιμη. Μεταλλεύς.
Πρόσεχε. Ναι. Πρόσεχε. Βούλομαι. Έτοιμος. Ναι. Έτοιμος.
Alright, let's slow down the training.
Έτοιμη. Βούλομαι. Ναι. Ρητόμος. Έτοιμη. Ναι. Μάλιστα.
Well, yeah, sure, it makes it more relatable, especially since their whole freaking mythology was about Ragnarok with Norse. Whereas with the Greeks, they were more or less punished. I mean, that's what they did with the Titans. With the Greek mythology. Prometheus, for example, chained. I might as well get that relic. I mean, it's not like I'm not going to get any other relic at this point. Even if I don't build cavalry.
Έτοιμη. Μεταλλεύς. Έτοιμη. Βούλομαι. Μεταλλεύς.
Πρόσταγμα.
Get another fortress up.
Ρητόμος. Λέγε. Έτοιμος.
What are you guys? Put you on gold. A couple of you on farms. Get champion archers. Get champion everything before we do anything. So we'll be building a lot of Distrafetes, I guess that's how you pronounce it. Don't ask me if that's right, because I've got no effing clue. Alright, no more villages. We're done with villages. I have not got the campaign. I was gifted to it by another viewer of mine. I refuse to accept it as a gift. No offense to the guy, like I explained my reasoning and he said it doesn't matter. Getrades? Is that how you pronounce it? You just completely ignore the Gastrafetes or whatever it's pronounced as. Seems a little weird. Not really gonna get Peltus, but Shafts of Plagues are still handy. Yeah, I was gonna say, what's wrong with you, Raider? Alright. Don't think these count. Gatorade drink. Oh, great. Yeah, well. You'll probably be disappearing after I complete this level, though, won't you, Raider?
Έτοιμος. Πρόσεχε.
Πρόσεχε. Έστω.
Alright. You have been bamboozled. Don't give me that shit. Come on, I need so much more resources. This is frankly ridiculous. I need flood control.
Πρόσεχε.
Well, you like AOM, but you don't like much else. The problem is I won't be playing AOM after this level. Just like yesterday. I'm only doing 8 levels apart. The Titans expansion might be a little different. We'll have to see. Because, you know, the capacity of those levels are a pain. Gonna save some resources. Get that thing done, please. Kill Achilles. Casta, you dumb idiot.
Πρόσεχε. Μάλιστα. Βούλομαι.
Yeah. It's fair. Saying you don't like to watch other stuff there. Alright, so that's 2 statues of lightning I don't have to worry about. Alright, let's get these upgrades kicking in. What relic's that one? Proves hero speed. Oh cool, they sent Norse Ballista after us. Oh yeah, I forgot we get free shades because we're playing Hades. Alright, let's get these upgrades kicking in. These other upgrades that we need. Need to get those burning pitch stuff too. We're gonna save Earthquake for the Wonder so we can finish it off earlier, I think. Well, I'm gonna sell some wood. Have those archers get rid of that building. For pierce damaging bows, I mean, goddamn, what's the siege damage like? The crush damage, 6. Takes 3, does crush damage. Go figure. Could have sworn I had more gold members. That was gonna say, what the hell? It's not a lot of gold from the caravans, but it'll do. Yeah, they're not accurate versus moving targets, but I'm not dealing damage to moving targets. need so much more gold, it's not funny. Might build. I don't want to build another barracks. I just don't have the gold reserves right now. Theocrat. I mean, the heroes are going to keep reviving each other. I mean, as we get close and we slowly destroy their buildings, like their reduction buildings, we'll be fine. Fuck that statue of lightning, man. I'm just gonna cast Earthquake now. Get rid of all the statues of lightning. Alright, now we can actually get them further in. Pretty sure we can ignore that statue of lightning. Oh yeah, that's a lot of militiamen. Forgot Poseidon and the like. Infantry train faster? I don't need infantry training faster. Alright, now I've got a lot of food. Alright, so we just ignore everything else. We don't really need to worry about them. Kill the heroes, then kill the wonder. Because they're still archers. And you're moving too close to a statue of lightning. Look at the damage they're outputting, though. That's insane.
We'll crush their wonder to rubble.
Zeus cannot interfere directly or it will touch off a war amongst all the gods. That is why you are here. Make no mistake. If Kronos escapes, this will be Atlantis. And all you love will be lost.
Arcantos, are you all right?
Yes, just a bad dream.
Come, join us. It is time to plan our attack.
Let me make sure I understand. Osiris's pyramid guards another passage to the underworld?
Yes. If we can reunite the body of Osiris, he will live again.
We have one piece. There are 3 more which must be found and brought here.
We have to split up. Amonra, you, Chiron, and I will divide our forces and recover the other pieces. Ajax, you come with me.
I mean, Raider, you're not wrong for the population and the cost. But, Petroboli attack slower and they're more vulnerable to other units, whereas those archers are also effective against infantry. I mean, and Petroboli also have a range limit when they get too close. I mean, they tend to act out a little bit. So I don't mind using those for that mission specifically, especially since it's the only mission we really get to use them. Alright, YouTube, so that's the end of the second part of this little walkthrough. It should be... So yeah, let me know if you would like to see the Warcraft playthrough I did on Twitch. I've still got the VOD saved. And I can export them to YouTube if you like. Next part should come the next day. When this is... Because I schedule these to be released on midnight my time. But yeah, so same thing. It'll be from the Jackal Stronghold onwards. And we will just be starting the Norse campaign. So that should be a lot of fun. Well, it's better than the Egyptian campaign in my opinion. in some circumstances. Only north is going to be a pain in the ass, really. So yeah. Thanks for watching, YouTube, and I will see you next part.